You just tuned in to Up for Discussion.
We are live.
We are live.
Live.
Yeah, live.
And live.
It
Yeah,
feels
and
like it.
kicking. Good.
And
Good evening.
It is. What are we going to call it? Did you label it?
Yeah. Insights, inspirations, and ingenuity.
Good.
What's that? Is that triple eyes?
That's a mouthful.
That's right.
The eyes have it.
Insights. Say it again.
Insights, inspiration,
Inspiration
and ingenuity.
and
Yeah.
ingenuity.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this evening we have got a lot of things to talk about. You got a little too hot?
No, I can't hardly hear you in my ears very good.
Okay, give me just 1 second. You guys kind of keep things going.
We got a lot to talk about
Yes.
concerning the path to the podium, the whole adventure, the adventure that we went on, which was insightful.
It definitely was.
It probably created some ingenuity. What was the other? Insightful, inspirational, and we got inspired and in ingenuity. So we're going to talk about that this evening.
Okay.
We are back. What are we? 2 weeks back?
Back up, Wes.
That's
That
it.
last one.
Not quite 2
Yeah,
weeks.
nearly.
Give me
Well,
some
pretty
more.
close.
Right there. That's good.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah, pretty close.
So we're 2 weeks after shooting. Because we had the 4th of July weekend in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're 2 weeks after shooting the Metropolis ASA Open Pro unknown yardage,
Yeah.
and we got to talk about that and how that went. I think we answered a lot of the questions that were being asked concerning can we,
Should we?
Right.
should we, can we,
Yeah. Now it's time to move on
yeah, and all those
We're
different
moving
things.
on
So
in a direction.
with ingenuity.
So do we want to talk specifically about how we did on it?
I think we should. We should follow up.
I mean, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, and you don't either, but you may know. I don't know them in my head. I
got
know
a few off the top of my head.
we finished.
Essentially, we came in last.
If you want to boil it down,
Yeah.
Well,
Not
give us a
complete-
little more than
Not
that.
dead last.
It
because
was.
we did shoot the Open Pro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we shot with
The best.
the
The
pros,
the primos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
not Will.
And going in, honestly,
Not
pretty-
Will Primos.
pretty. No, I didn't think I seen him there. He might have been.
Wilbur.
We went in pretty ignorant too, and I'm using that word, in the context as it is. It's not a bad word. Just
Unlearned.
Unlearned. Yeah, unlearned
About it.
on some things. And on day 2, that we obviously made some changes, and we were learned. We got schooled on day 1.
Our
Yeah.
first day was rough.
It was rough.
I would say
Thursday was rough.
the first day was rough, though.
It was rough.
Or the first day of the actual shoot. I can tell you, from me personally, I was so nervous going in, and I don't think it was like shooting against the pros that was making me nervous. I think it was just the event in general.
Yeah.
Like,
The anxiety of it.
there's a lot of money spent.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of time invested. There's a lot of
There's some pressure. There was some pressure to perform for sure.
I had some serious nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, and you also, there's also just the thought of you want to do well.
you do.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And you walk up
we're
there
all
and don't even know what you're doing.
competitive. We're all competitive in nature.
Yeah.
That's just.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's all enough to know you want to do well, and then you're walking up to first target and you realize that looks further than I thought it was. Going
Oh,
you know what
I
mean?
started target 1 with a 5. I was like, oh, well,
way to go.
glad that leg was there.
I did the same thing.
So you're going into that. The
Yeah.
nervousness
Oh, yeah.
of judging the yards.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and some of those guys.
There was a lot to learn there.
Some of those guys looked not long. And I remember that bringing me I didn't really feel a lot of nerves, maybe like you did, but I felt a little pressure. It's like that guy walked up there and looked for 5 seconds and turned around and started setting his
set it.
sight.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to need longer than that.
Yeah.
And
Need a
if
little
you-
more time, boys.
And also these guys this is what they do. They're open. It's open pro.
Yeah.
They're professional. A lot of these guys have come up through the circuit or whatever you want to call it. A lot of these guys have shot, semi pro, or they shot bow hunter, or they shot a known, and then they went semi-pro, and then they went pro, and so they've been in this for a long time, and they understood what was going on, as opposed to we just showed up and flow yellow.
Yeah, my first
was like,
my first day. Yes, my first
Should
day.
we talk about that?
Oh, yeah,
That's pretty
dude.
hilarious.
We had a good
get to it. But
ASA was a good deal.
my first day, one of the guys in my group of 4 had been shooting pro 11 years.
Yeah. We had a couple too that were with me that were good.
We had 11 and 13 the first day.
You know what I mean?
They were veterans.
And he's the one who walked up and turned around and set his pin. I was like, So I remember that bringing me a little pressure. I didn't feel the nerves as far as nerved out shooting.
Yeah. Because once you're in it, you're in it. You know,
I dealt with lots of second guessing.
Yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like looking at it and being like, I think this is what it is.
I'll be honest.
Right.
Once
and
I
then going,
once I
think this is what it
stopped second guessing is when I started to do pretty good.
Menards.
Oh,
That's when I started to actually hit. Was when I was like, that's what that is, and I'm just going to shoot it for that.
yeah.
You know,
And that's probably, see, that 11-year veteran had learned that. Quit second guessing yourself.
Right.
Look at it,
Right.
judge it, shoot it.
And if you watched them, these guys' heads were on swivels. Somebody better get that.
I don't know who that is.
I need to put mine on silent. That's my bad.
little entertainment there.
What was all that silence?
And so, but if you watch them,
Doug, why don't you take care of it and give me, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right.
okay. Well, Doug's going to step out here for a second.
Sorry, Doug.
Little. But anyway, so if you watch these guys, their heads were on swivels. At least that's what I was seeing. They were watching the targets that were being shot. They were timing the shots.
Yeah.
I was watching them. They were with binoculars watching other targets. They knew what was coming.
Yeah.
And they were judging yardage on before they ever got there. So that's why you'd see some guys walk up and be like, that's 47 yards.
Yeah.
Some of them guys have already been thinking about that 47 yards
5 and 6 targets ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
I
paying
seen
attention.
that too. I seen it too. I seen stuff like that, and I realized what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
here's the thing.
I'm
That's a
way over
lot
my
of
head.
That's a lot of what would be the word? Compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing, because you're
Mhm.
thinking about your target and 4 other targets down the way
Yeah.
from you. And you're like, I heard that guy shoot, and that was a 1-2. That was, I
it's
know
40
about-
yards
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And then I tried to
I know. I'm like, what? Dang it. With the target.
I tried to do that. I was like, I'm going to remember that when I feel like that target there, which was 3 or 4 targets away from me, because we zigzagged on that
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that target's going to be 43 yards. Then I got to it, and it's 4 targets, and I was like, what was it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Did
you're
you do
walking
that?
down, you're
Oh,
looking,
yeah.
you're
I was
like, yeah.
I don't think I can't remember what I was thinking it was, and now I feel like it's further or closer.
Yeah,
you know,
I
so
tried to play the same game. It did work a little bit for me, but for the most part, I
judged it and shot.
I just judged and shot. And some of the closer targets are actually ones I struggled with. Some of the farther yardage I did well with. And,
So answer this. What was the closest target you think we shot?
32.
No, we had one that was close. That first day,
The Lynx?
the Lynx was 31, I think.
And there was
Was it?
some. I don't think we ever got under 30 because I
I don't
remember
think there's nothing under 30.
because I shot one
Yeah.
like 27. I'm like, oh, that was a 5.
Yeah.
Well, I shot the Lynx for 27, remember?
Then dropped out on it.
And dropped out.
Yeah.
Because it looked like it was
did.
so close.
the way they
Everybody shot it low.
Oh.
Everybody in my group, even the pro. I was shooting. I was a pro too.
That-
well, we are pros. We're
that
certified pro.
Lynx
The Lynx is
is
big.
It's a
bulky.
big target.
And
Yeah.
that's the next game. You learn those targets.
Targets
You walk up to that Lynx and you're like, oh,
way
well, he's
bigger.
a little bigger than I thought he was.
And
Makes
it's
him look
set
closer.
back on the body. It's not over the leg like a
Yeah.
lot of your big game would be,
Yeah,
the target placement
Yeah.
and just using the lighting. And I'll be honest, man, they did an amazing job setting some of those targets. Some of them shots,
They did.
we were shooting through the crotch of some trees and stuff and doubles that were growing up. And
Yeah.
they really weren't as difficult a shot as what when you actually execute them, they executed good. But man,
Yeah.
they were like get
but
in your head
even in
pretty
that
quick.
pro class, every once in a while, you would hear arrows
Hitting the dirt.
go
Yep.
ting,
Oh,
ting,
yeah.
ting, down
Yeah.
through the trees.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Yeah, there's
And-
guys
Catch your
excellent.
attention.
and they weren't ours.
No,
Yeah.
they weren't.
No,
They were
I
not.
never did X a target or zero.
No.
one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Man, I was close on one time on the coyote.
Yeah,
I just misjudged it.
dude, that coyote was
And
tough
he's
though.
and he's not very big. So if you
Smoked
missed,
him.
Yeah,
I
if you
smoked the coyote.
if you missed, I did the second day. The second
I
day,
did both days. I'm
this-
just being honest. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want you to be honest. The second day, I think I 10'd him, but the
Yeah.
first
Which
day,
is a good shot.
The first day I 5'd him, and that pro said that's what we call wonder foam.
Right.
And I was like, "What's
Catches
that?"
the
He's
arrow.
like, "We wonder how that arrow stayed in that
Yeah.
because the foam was actually opened up, broke open in his belly,
Oh wow.
and the arrow was still in there."
In there.
Yeah. But what I found out from the officials, if you call an official down and if it breaks the foam open,
Yep.
he's like, "We'd probably give you that one." If
Yeah.
all the guys said that's his shot.
I wish I would have known that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Did you have an encounter?
Yeah.
That coyote.
So I got to
Same
be in
thing.
on a guy in my group on the fanned out turkey
Yeah. Remember him.
had what they call a creep bang.
What's
And
that?
He's shooting a hinge.
Huh.
And
Let
his
her
bow,
rip.
he said, I'm bad to do it. I get focusing on the target and I let my bow creep a little bit. And of course, with a hinge, if you creep a little bit, sometimes they just go off.
It's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it pulls you forward and you went off. And they
Yeah.
call it, he said, well, I call it a creep bang. Now, I don't know if that's what they all call it. Some pro out there could watch this and tell us creep bang.
Or
Or maybe
misfire.
explain it better than that.
Yeah.
But
Pulled
he
through
shot that turkey because it was broadside in full strut. And he's like, zero. He was like, it was like the third target of the morning.
Mm.
On the first day,
Yeah, that
he's
builds
like,
confidence.
it's going to be one of them weekends. That's what he said. So they deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we walked down there, so it's the third target. So it'd only been shot 3 times. And I said, I can't tell if it went through the head or just glanced off the head. And we went down there, and he right through the beaner, dead center,
Stuck
that
it in
thing's
there.
head.
Huh.
And there was
Skewered him.
an arrow hole. We found his arrow out there, and the fletchings were all black where
Yeah.
they'd went through that black
Yeah.
foam.
Greased them up.
Yeah,
Some of the
kinda
targets have been
creased them.
painted a little bit too. You could
So we were all like, we don't know. And the other 2 guys in the group I was like, well, what do you think? I was like, hey,
see. I'm the new guy. Yeah.
I'm
You're
just
asking
going
the
to leave it
wrong
to you
guy.
guys because I don't know. Because they were all like, we've never had this.
Right.
Never had this
Brain.
a deal like
shoot through.
this.
No brain
Yeah.
shot.
So they went and got the official, and he walked down there and he said, third target in. That's obviously your arrow hole. You can
Right.
see the fletchings and everything.
So they gave him a 5.
cut in the head. Gave him a 5
Yeah.
on it. He's
All
like,
right.
"Woo! I'll take a 5."
Oh, I
That's what
guarantee
that
it.
guy
On that
said,
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's on the pace to dig himself out.
Yeah.
Can we
Soon as you-
explain that, like how this works real
The
quick?
scoring
The
system.
scoring.
Yeah, sure. So basically, in the center of the target, about where you would want to shoot for the average shot
For a kill.
Yeah, for a kill. There's a 10-inch or a circle that's probably a 4.5 to 5-inch circle,
Yeah,
and that is
I'd say.
your
And
10.
it varies a little
On
bit,
per
It does,
target.
depending on what
not
target.
a whole lot.
but not
though.
much.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
it's-
consistent.
Those turkeys suck because of that.
They get small.
But yeah,
Man,
pretty
I did
consistent.
good on the turkeys.
I did pretty good. The javelina.
I'm glad
gets,
somebody did.
The javelina gets pretty
The
small.
javelina.
Yeah.
The javelina.
So
The Jason
primarily, there's
You
a
can kick those
4
a
to
long way.
5-inch circle. Let's say down the 10, it's inside the 12 ring.
Mhm. And it's about an inch, you'd say.
yeah.
Inch diameter.
So
inch,
it's
inch and a quarter,
literally
somewhere
to
in there.
where you want to fall into that 12, because if you don't, you'll fall below the 12 and then you're in an 8.
8.
yeah. So explain like
Yeah.
the scoring system, like how you, like
So-
kind of like golf, how you would.
So the way it's set up, let's say it's like golf, and par is, you get up and you're shooting a 5 par or whatever. And if you hit in 5 strokes, you're still setting it even.
You're even.
Well,
Yeah.
in this particular scenario, 10 is even.
Yes.
So you, like most guys in the pro class,
20
I would
targets.
say the average would fall around the even.
Yes, I
Like,
looked at it. It's
Yeah.
maybe a hair over. Just it sets in there.
So in where we were at, there were 62 shooters that day.
Mm-hmm.
Dead center even was 30.
Yeah,
So
it's middle
yeah,
ground.
Middle ground is about even.
Mm-hmm.
About half of the class shoots a little bit over.
Not much though. I looked at that.
Not much.
Mm-mm.
Like most of them are, 2 to
8
5.
or 10, maybe
Yeah.
max.
Right.
And then you start getting into your upper echelon of
Yeah,
shooters.
guys that are just absolutely hitting it that day.
And the thing is, if you look, like you can have a guy that shoots 180, and
I've seen that.
The next shoot he may be
He's
in the
stroking.
200s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I seen that.
I mean, it's all about having a good day and going in and being like, I'm feeling it.
One of the guys that shot with us on day one, he had actually podiumed one time. He did third, but then he shot in the very high 50s or 40s. Is what
on the day though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether we were down there, I looked at his score. I'm like, and he was consistently. I seen that. I spent some time, and you could see these guys. There was a lot of stair stepping.
Sure.
You could see like they're really on their game, and then
I think that's the
course
case.
to course.
Yeah, because
sure.
any day you're going to have a good day or a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean, not every day you wake up and you're like, yeah, let's go to work.
Yeah.
So,
now that you mention it,
some days are like that.
But some days you wake up and
you're skipping out the door.
Time to do it, boys.
Love you, babe, and you're out the door.
That's right. So
I rarely skip out the door.
Well,
I'm a skipper.
if I was as old as you, I probably wouldn't either.
Well,
we don't want you to break a hip.
Exactly.
So.
That's right.
What about
I gotta keep my
shuffle?
head.
You shuffle out the
Oh,
door.
I shuffle. Sometimes I roll out, shuffle out.
Is shuffling. Shuffling.
So one thing that I noticed pretty much right away once we got underway shooting, when we lined up at our targets, like they assign targets. So you're assigned your target, you go find that target. There will be probably 4 other guys assigned to that target that morning, and then you shoot with that group throughout that day.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed right away, and the yellow shirts didn't assist in this very much.
You look like we should have been officials.
Well, they all know each other
They do all know each
really
other.
well.
Oh yeah.
And so
they follow the circuit.
yes, those guys have gone up through the ranks for years,
Oh, yeah. They know each
decades
other.
maybe, in the class I was shooting in, decades maybe.
The
and
majority of their
and
lives.
so when we show up, they know immediately we don't know these guys.
Oh yeah.
And so, and I mean, guys walk by, they're like, oh, hey, George, hey, Jeff, hey, whatever.
yeah.
Like, oh, hey, how are the kids? Or whatever. These guys know each other, and they don't know us.
Yeah.
And of course, the shirts.
And because of that, I feel like the first day our reception was pretty
It was
chilly.
It was a little
It
chilly.
was kind of mixed. It was
I'm not
awkward.
saying that they were rude or anything
No,
like
everybody,
that.
was
because they were very nice.
It was
But-
awkward, though. There
But
were
by the
moments.
time that they understood what we were doing and why we were there,
you could tell it was kind of like what's it about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little bit. What's this all about? Because for the people listening that don't understand, so 5 of us, because Chris isn't here.
Yeah.
So 5 of us come walking on the pro
The
lane.
only people in fluorescent yellow
Flow
shirts,
yellow.
Flow
Black
yellow.
collar popped.
1,800 shooters. Was it
And-
1,800?
it was between 18 and 1900 that
Yeah.
day.
We were the only
We
5
come
with
walking down
fluorescent
through
yellow.
there.
But we
And then
looked the part.
especially-
We look good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're matching, dude. We were matching.
Especially
We
when
looked something.
Do you have
Yeah.
that picture?
I don't think
The
I've
one of
got
us
it
as a
right now.
team.
Yeah, PJ's got it
I
on
have
the
it.
dartboard.
I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On his dartboard.
I'll post it on the
Will you?
up for discussion.
Well, yeah,
page.
yeah, because it looks good. As a team sitting there ready to get it.
Is it the one
Yeah.
where we're all?
Yeah, we're all. Yeah, that was
you
a
need
good
to post
picture.
that one.
That
That's
was a good-
hilarious.
that
And
was
the guy's
good.
like, you
But
guys
the,
line up for a photo. You're asking for it anyway.
Yeah. Especially, I can't say that I've felt no animosity. I never felt
No.
animosity, but I especially felt and seen like what's this about deal.
Yeah.
When because we all come walking down. No
Oh, yeah.
one knows how it is. They give you your
Your lane
your range.
assignment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your range and your lane assignment. Well, here come all these flow yellow shirts, 5 of us walking down this trail
5
through
deep.
the woods.
Yeah.
5 deep.
Yeah.
Walking up. And it's
It's like the sunrise
Arrows.
again.
Arrows
that
chattering
song?
in our quivers. Oh, yeah.
We got our chests poked out, trying to act
yeah.
like we belong, but on the inside feeling like
We don't.
we don't belong. We should have had a boom box. What's that song that group step aside and let the man walk through or something?
There's a couple
Step
songs that could have been
Yeah,
played.
anyway, here we all come, and it's not like we're wearing shirts that blend. We got these flow yellow
Look at
black
me.
collars.
Look at me.
Thanks again, John.
So
Big
let's talk
UP,
about that.
Big UP stamped on the
we
front.
look good.
And
I
automatically.
almost wore mine tonight just to.
Yeah.
Let me throw out how that went down.
Can we?
Please do that.
Can we?
So
Just don't throw it up. Throw it out.
So essentially, I
Made you
come
wanna
in
throw.
one day, and Lathan's like, "Hey, Josh has picked out our outfits." I'm like,
Outfits.
my
Our
I don't know that
that's
I
the
said
word
he
I
picked out.
used.
I said
well,
he's got
an idea
scheme,
for our
he-
outfit.
I even was thinking all the way down to pants and all, man. I was like,
Oh,
I
my
know.
goodness.
I was like,
Yeah.
We had to nix it at the work boots.
Yeah. Yeah.
and jorts.
combat boots and jorts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boys from Illinois. That's,
We live in caves and ditches.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my. So, anyways, Josh is like, we need flow yellow shirts. So
Yeah.
We want to really stand
So
out.
we really pop.
he's
Yeah.
like, when you look good, you shoot good.
You feel good. And if you feel good, you will do good.
That didn't play out.
Nope, it did not play out.
Well, because here's the deal.
Oh,
I don't know that I felt good about it. When we all come walking down the
I was
road
like-
from the
And
parking
people were
lot,
like,
when we come walking down the road from the parking lot, I thought to myself,
we were standing out here.
we stand out.
well, here's
could
when
be a
I
good
knew
thing,
it.
right?
Here's
The-
when I knew it. We made our way through the whole place. We're like, oh, there's PJ over there. Let's go say hi. And he was kind of facing the other way, talking to somebody.
He's like, whoa.
And when he turned around, he it jolted him, and he did one of those numbers. He
He's
was
like,
whoa,
Oh, it's you.
oh,
Listen,
oh.
Doug.
Yeah.
The Lord
That's
says that we
hysterical.
are lampstands, okay? And we are lampstands, man.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
we are. We were
We were lamped out. that
shining
day.
bright. We were shining bright.
Here's how I knew that it was not good.
Why? Okay,
When- when did
wait a
you
minute.
first
So
know
why?
it
So
wasn't
why
good?
do you? Why are you using? It's not good because I feel like
We know how you feel.
I think at the end of the day, it was a good thing.
it was a good thing.
Oh, I think so.
It
I
was
think-
a good thing. But by the end
But-
of day 2, we had okay.
But
we
at
were
the
a little
beginning of
nervous
day
about it
one-
for
okay,
on day
we're
one.
talking practice.
The beginning of day one, I throw the
Are
shirt
those your
on.
golf shirts?
No, my wife was. She looks at me and she goes, "You look freaking ridiculous."
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, remember that woman that was sitting there? She's like, "Are you part of a bowling team?"
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like,
Oh my God,
this
yeah.
is
But
great.
we had a
Is this
fan,
some
too.
Do you all know
bass
each
fishing
other?
circuit or something? He's like, you guys
Yeah.
on a Bassmaster
Yeah.
Classic?
But one guy
Oh, my
wanted to like
goodness.
one guy was serious. He was so serious. He was like, "Hey man, I want to get some of those." So
he
I
did.
for my dart league,
Yeah.
he wanted to be seen.
One more
you know?
embarrassing moment. Yeah.
I feel the opposite. I felt it. Okay, I felt it, but by the end, I'd acclimated and I was proud
Well, we
to
all,
wear the UP.
We had no choice.
I think we all acclimated by the second day to the shirts.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because we didn't have any others to wear.
Well, and it got to be,
That's true.
Because had we had another
but
option,
it also
I'm
got
sure we
to
would have went
be,
with
you
it.
could tell the guys, all the guys on the lane, it got to be kind of a talked about joke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I had people come up
Because
talking to me.
the
about
second day, because we all basically shot in the same status together.
Bracket.
The lower
So,
end
the same
of
bracket.
the
so we're
lower
all
end.
really clumped together the
Team
second
Yellow,
day.
Team
Here
Yellow
they
down
are.
there on the end.
And I got in my group. Remember, we were all going to shoot together.
Yep.
And they
Yeah.
said, "Can somebody go over here?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"I'll go shoot with them." And I went over there. And when I walked over in that group, you know what they said to me? Because we all got those yellow shirts on. They go, "You with those guys?"
Oh man.
I
Oh.
said, "No, we just shop
We
at the
just
same
shop at the
store."
same store. Yeah, same
No.
taste.
Yeah. I
So overall, great bunch of guys.
Oh, man.
It was,
Fantastic.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
good.
pretty
Let's
awesome.
talk about that, can we? Just like,
I had an absolute blast.
oh, Ryan
Like-
Todd's
Oh, yeah.
watching. Big shout out to Ryan, man.
Yeah.
What
over
was
there at
that?
Saluda,
Yeah,
South
Ri-
Carolina.
Ryan
Awesome.
Todd, that's
Yeah.
who we shot with.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
right on.
Saluda
right
Archery.
on, right
He
on.
owns an archery
Yeah.
shop out there. Great guy. Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful man.
That's right.
I didn't get shoot. That's the day I left. The guy that you were shooting with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, he was.
So I didn't
he was
get to know
awesome
him
to
as
shoot
well.
with.
He helped so much. He really did. Day 2.
And there
He
wasn't
was-
any pro that we shot with that I was like, before it was all said and done, they were super cordial.
Oh yeah,
I
they
mean,
thought it was a neat thing.
Yeah.
you
And
know?
what's- and I'll
and
be
even
honest-
the ASA officials.
That's another. That was
after all the awkwardness.
Yeah, that was
Why
Yeah,
don't you,
after
why don't you
the-
tell that, Josh?
after the first
What?
awkwardness.
The
'cause,
ASA?
like,
Yeah.
what are you guys here to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually approached us there at the end of day 2, towards the end, and
Mhm.
approached us and was like, I can't wish I knew the guy's name, but he
Josh?
walked up.
Josh.
Well,
no.
This was
This
the
is another one.
director. This
Josh
was
is
the
the
director of the
president.
ASA.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
the director. He came up and he goes, "Hey, we have a problem," and I go, "Oh gosh,
We
I-
done it.
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, well, I had a little bit of nerves. There was a lot going on.
Is it the yellow shirt?
No, I'll be honest. At that time, a little bit of a crowd had started together. Levi and them guys were there, starting
Yeah,
to.
they were
really,
shooting in the lane
they were,
next to us.
We
pretty
shot with
much the
them
whole-
pretty much all day, off and on, all day,
Yeah.
and they were starting to get down to the end, and there was a pecking order coming for the shoot off there. And
Yeah.
it was getting,
Yeah.
and they're starting
It
to gather a
starts getting
crowd,
serious. You
and
can see it on the board.
and so anyway, he walks up. He goes, "Hey, we have a problem," and I go, "Yeah, what's the problem?" He goes, "Well, we have some complaints. You guys are laughing too much, and there's way too much smiling going on over here."
You know
And-
what? He did that the first day in my group.
Did he? Yeah, and he.
Because me and those guys in my group, the same guy you're
Mhm.
talking
Yeah.
about, we were, everyone's just shooting real decent.
Yeah.
And the guy had the turkey head and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So we were laughing about that.
Lightening up, yeah.
And he walked up and he said, "Yeah, this is way too serious or way too cordial over here."
Yeah.
He said, "You guys need to tighten down." But before he left, he was like, "This is what I want to see."
That's
Yeah.
what he
He's
said
like,
to
"I
us.
love to see the groups of guys laughing and shooting." He said,
He-
"Sometimes it gets
Too
Little
serious.
too
it gets
tight.
it can get
Yeah.
too tight in there."
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But so he basically said that he was like, really, guys, I love what you guys are doing, what you're about,
Yeah.
and we would love to do anything we can to help you out.
Yeah. He was super cool.
He was like, "Hey, what you guys are doing is a good thing, and we would love to, even endorse it.
Yeah.
What we're willing to, pretty much what they're saying is partner with you and help you out."
Yeah. He said if you guys need interviews with
Mhm.
anybody,
Yeah,
the
from the
director
ASA.
from the ASA,
Yeah.
Such a
they were
great,
cool, man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, do we jump? I don't want to jump ahead till Sunday. Can we?
I mean, you
Can I just tell
Yeah.
it real quick?
I mean, let's
You've got 3 minutes.
I don't know if I can do anything in 3 minutes. Breathe. That's about it.
Oh man.
Take one breath.
No doubt.
So
Can I just
Let's preface that
okay?
because
Can we just get to there? We'll get there in a little bit. Can we
We'll
just
get
build?
there.
Can we build
Yeah,
to that?
for
Just say
sure.
that they were just a bunch of great guys and helping us
Yeah.
out, and there's we'll hit that in just a second.
So the title, Insights, Inspirations, and Ingenuity. And that's kind of where we're directing and going. So this is basically our insights from the experience.
yeah, from the shoot.
What it was like, how the people were. They were friendly the whole time. It was pleasant. And I loved the family aspect of it.
Oh yes,
There was so much of they were tending to make sure that kids got the opportunity to shoot.
It's
and,
Christian based.
Yeah.
The people at the top of this thing are believers and love the Lord, and so
That's good.
that's the pillar from which it.
Yeah.
That's the foundation from which the ASA is a set that actually sets upon.
You set that as the foundation. It's always going to be good.
It's going to be good.
So,
And
Yeah.
so it's like insights. Okay. So we got the people, such great people. I learned a ton of stuff from the guys that I were with. It was super serious at the beginning because obviously, you're playing for keeps here.
yeah.
And, you're shooting, basically, a 10 is even and 10s don't
Yeah.
win,
And there's
and
it's not like you just walk down and throw $30 down.
no, this
Yeah.
was expensive. It was expensive just to
Wow.
even,
Times
just to
10.
even register as pro
It was, we had to pay our fees
to sign up for the
to
ASA.
sign up, but
Yeah.
then to shoot, it was, I think, $350 a piece.
I think it was total
Before it was all said and done, it was $2,500.
for the 500 a piece to
Yep.
to and that's to join $150 to join ASA to be a member.
Yeah, they ended up cutting us a deal on
Did
that.
they?
It was going to be $550 total,
And they knocked
and
$250 off.
they gave us
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I've got a card in my wallet that says
I do too. You have a number.
that I'm a pro.
You're a pro now.
You are a pro. You are a pro.
I'm a pro.
Certified.
Hey,
pro.
let me tell you this. I've always felt like you're a pro.
Well, there you go.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely set apart.
I don't know these guys good enough to call them pros yet, but I consider you a pro.
Well, thanks, man.
Doug's almost there.
I'm working. I'm a work in
I'm
progress.
tearing up, guys.
Working.
Josh is a pro.
What movie is that? You're number one and number one in my heart.
Number one in my heart.
The Rock.
Oh, that's right.
I think that's like the third time this come up on the podcast.
Can you do a little
Game
Sean Connery?
plan.
Can you
Yeah.
do a little Sean Connery there, Doug? You're rocking the beard. Can you do a little bit? Have you ever seen the SNL Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Can you do any of that?
Oh,
Can you
man.
do that?
You're sitting on a gold mine, Trebek.
No, Josh. No, Josh.
We need to move on.
We
Moving on.
really do.
Inside.
Ferguson.
Oh, if you can't
man.
laugh, what can you do?
Not much. Insights.
So let me ask you this: how'd you guys feel as far as the vendors?
Oh, it was awesome. It was a lot. I didn't even get to check it
There
all out.
was more there than when we were there years ago.
Yeah,
We met some super cool people, seeing some gear that was out there, some new stuff they come out with
yeah,
for sure.
Here's the day. Like with me, now that we have the shop, it was awesome to walk around and look at stuff. But we're in the shop all
You have
the time.
access to
Yeah.
a lot.
So it's like that stuff's rolling through your hands.
Mhm.
You're putting it on people's bows.
Yeah.
Now some of the higher end 3D stuff,
Oh yeah, it's a little
you know,
different than the hunting world.
like
for
in
sure.
It is.
this, and we would love to bring that here
yeah.
and make it to where.
And we've been given opportunity to do that as well.
So that being said, I don't get to deal with as much as the lenses and the big bars. I seen rigs on guys' bows that I was like, I've never seen that before.
So cool.
As far
All
as
about it.
bars and different setups that, so I didn't, but let me go back to what I was saying. The vendors, it's cool. I love to look at hunting stuff, archery stuff, all that, So
Yeah,
that
because
was cool.
this is more just archery rolled all
Yeah.
in because there
But
was everything
I think
there.
I guess I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm not making it clear. If I wasn't part of the shop and had my hands on archery stuff every day,
Yeah.
I would probably been like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
well,
Nerding out.
lots of stuff to look at. And I did notice that, me and Wes went and shot it. Gosh, we were trying to figure it's almost
It was
20,
Yeah.
getting close to 20 years ago, 16 years ago. We didn't shoot the
I
pro.
thought it was 2013, and I think that's what she said whenever we.
So it's 20 years ago.
Yeah, because I think she said.
my Lanta.
I think she actually said whenever we were talking, I see you were signed up in 2013.
Was that 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anywho, anyway.
That was pre any kind of gray or silver.
Yeah.
In any of this.
Young buck.
Yeah.
But there wasn't near the vendors there
No.
that I remember. And we just shot the novice class. But anyhow, I thought it was neat. Lots of stuff going on. Food
Built
down
some-
on one end.
Built some bridges down there for sure, man.
I
Met some
think
good
the
people.
elite range was a new thing. I don't think that
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
And
And I
elite.
think depending on which shoot you go to, they have different ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really wish we would have shot that elite range.
So that elite, I think, has been sponsored. Don't take me for this for sure, but I think everything I was looking at looks like the elite has sponsored it this year. Like the elite known shoot,
Yeah.
all the pros were shooting it.
Now that particular shoot was the Matthews shoot. Though.
Yes,
that
but-
was the Matthews.
But
Pro-Am.
I seen
Yeah.
that. But elite is specifically doing like the elite known shoot.
Pacifically.
Pacific, like the ocean. The S is silent.
Deep and warm.
Deep. It is.
Specific.
It is specific. And I looked and I seen that
A little
was
salty.
that was on every single shot or every single shoot this year, I believe.
Yeah.
And Ryan, if you are watching and you have any information on that, because you are a pro,
Yeah.
comment.
So
Let us
The
know. Correct
insight
us.
is that it was awesome.
It was.
It was a learning experience.
I think the overall experience was
It was great.
fantastic.
It lit a fire in me.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It did. It lit a fire in
I
me.
seen the fire.
Yeah.
It lit a fire in me.
Well, that second day, like we've had guys come in already and they're like, what in the world are you thinking?
Haters gonna hate.
But listen, here's the deal. What we're trying to do is generate interest in tournament archery.
Yeah.
I'm like this. How can you possibly get a bird's eye view or a complete understanding of this if you don't go in there and do what we did?
Yeah.
Because it's the highest level. You're seeing it for what it is. All these guys are working or aspiring one day to shoot this.
Yeah.
And we walk in there and we got to experience it firsthand and we get to walk away, taken away. This is a great bunch of guys. The skill level is extremely high. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's not easy. And I mean, it takes a lot of discipline and you have to, I mean, it takes some gear too. I mean, there's
well, the second day, you shot really close.
I did pretty
even.
good. Yeah. Had I shot the first day like I shot the second day, I would have done very well.
You would have been sitting middle of the pack.
Yeah. I handed my card to the guy and he was like, oh, good job.
Yeah.
I went on a pretty good run. That was the old Holy Ghost run, though.
Prayed it out.
I did. I prayed them out, man. I was praying 12 rings out there.
You need me. All right.
Well,
you guys talk for a minute.
Where do you want us to go here? Where do you want us to?
I figure you guys can handle that.
Yeah.
Well,
we
both are preachers of righteousness.
So, I mean, you did the second day. I think everybody shot
everybody
better
up their
the
game.
Second day.
Chris slipped a little bit there. He had an X or two that he fell
but
back.
But did he shoot a higher the second?
I think he fell back.
Did he?
I may be wrong about that.
No.
He just misjudged a couple of shots there.
Right.
And that's all it takes. I mean, when you're shooting, when 10 is even and you're trying to go up the board, I mean, you shoot a 5, right? If you shoot a 5, you're going to have to hit 3 12s in order to overcome that and come out on the other side.
That's tough.
People
don't
tough.
realize how tough that
Once
is.
you're in the hole, it's like anything else, man. It's like dead or anything else. Once you're in the hole, it takes twice as much work to get back out.
And when you're in it, then your head starts rolling.
Your head game.
Swimming. Mm-hmm. And you can actually miss shots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to address what he said. We had people, I don't know if they were just hating.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
You know,
but there was some naysayers.
But they're kind of like,
There's some naysayers.
And there's probably more than we've even heard about.
And that's okay.
And here's the thing.
Everyone has an opinion.
Here's the thing you have to watch. This goes with hunting, and this goes with a 3D, pro, hunter class, open, whatever. This goes with whitetail hunting, everything hunting. If you hate on the guys that are trying to pave a way,
what are you doing? You're just hindering the next generation.
You're just hemming up things for the next.
Yeah.
And we said one of our goals was, can the average guy go down there? And I say average. Can a guy that's never done it?
Yeah.
Can a guy that's never
a skilled archer that's never
because
done
there's guys out here that are amazing shots, and when a deer gets within 40 yards of him, he's in deep doo-doo, he's in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're good at what they do. They shoot, they practice.
Execute the shot.
So that being said, can that guy that has learned that skill of being able to put it on a deer or hone his skill in the backyard, can he build a rig? Can he build a rig and go and shoot the pro, and where does he land?
Yeah.
And we answered that question, and we really did it to some degree. I think we could all agree to this, to some degree, to bring awareness to it, because we would love to see, if there's 1,800 shooters down there, we would love to see 3,000 shooters down there.
Right.
And we would love to see something that's in this area, or that's kind of dormant in this area.
Yeah, that it is dormant. It's
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all those shooters at Metropolis, there was us from Southern Illinois.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton.
It's not like those 1,900 shooters, 1,800. Those are people coming from North Carolina,
from
and
all
Iowa,
over.
and
Wisconsin,
Georgia, and driving in because they follow that to shoot it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it come back to life here. So you can't hate on it.
Back
you know
in the
late
mid 90s, or through the 90s, the IBO and the ASA and the targets, the foam had a big run through here. Everybody there was clubs. There was lots of places to shoot. it's a good thing, and it's like you said, it's got dormant, and
I really think some
Did
of
you
it
see
was,
Ryan responded?
no, there he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really
Okay,
think
there it
some
is.
of it
Yep.
was confusion too, because like
Yeah.
there was a little bit of because it's a pro class and we don't really even know what we're doing, even like the logistics of everything. And the guys kind of look at you, what are you doing here? Like, what do you?
We're trying to
like,
raise awareness and
no.
make
Like,
some
what are you
waves.
doing in this class? Like, what are you doing here? Because you would generally start out in a
Sure.
You'd
Yeah.
So
start
there was
out
some
in either
confusion.
an
Like those
open
guys
or a
just
semi.
they don't know who we are.
Because I want to see I want to see how it's done.
And so
Yeah.
they. But
So
I
I'm
mean,
here to win.
Well, but even more so, what our goal was to draw attention and
Yeah.
We did
awareness.
that.
Yes.
And we
And
did
that's
the
that.
kinda
best
what I
way to
was-
do that
yeah.
was to go pro right off the
Right.
bat because
So
But
what's-
them not knowing,
yes,
it was a confusion. They're like, if you don't even know what you're doing, what are you doing in this class? Why didn't you sign up for a?
Right.
yeah,
Because I want to see
something
how
more
because I
reasonable.
want to see
or-
how it's
yeah.
done. Because I want to see.
Actually, at the window, there was no one really hateful, but they
No.
probably thought we didn't realize what we were doing.
The
And-
lady I talked to was super sweet. She was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, honey,
You know what I mean?
God bless you."
it wasn't like they're hateful, but when you say, hey,
She was confused at first.
yeah, because
Yeah,
we want
like-
to sign up
'cause
to
that's not
shoot
how
the
you do
Open
it.
Pro,
It's not
Yeah.
normally how people
and
do
they're
it.
like, oh, you probably no, maybe
What-
you're miss.
What's Ryan
Yeah.
saying
You know,
here?
and
Go,
we're-
go ahead and tell us what Ryan's
What's
saying.
Ryan saying? Okay, we're talking about the it's the GPO shoot there.
So he's talking about the elite shoot.
Yeah. It was
it
a GPO money shoot in years past where you could shoot 10 targets for a score and the best score wins the money. This year it was sponsored by Elite and they will do it at every shoot. So that's what it
very
was.
cool.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
Yep.
And
so you got a chance to get in some money,
make a little money.
maybe
And,
get
Yeah.
your winnings back,
and it's
or
and I think
your
I think it's a
in free
known
back.
if that's right, Ryan, if you're listening still, if it's a known shoot or if it's unknown.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
I think it's a
You going to shoot it when we go down
Yeah,
there
I
to
am.
Coleman?
yeah,
Are you?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot it. As long as it's not on Sunday because
Rock and roll, man.
because I'm not going to neglect the assembly of the saints.
closed on Sunday.
But they do. But like you
Chick-fil-A.
said, I thought you said that they did have like a little Archer's Church down there. They do have a
I
Probably.
think they've got
Most
something like
places
that.
Something.
Most places do.
gather around and praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to move from insight to
Inspiration. So when we came back, we were
Yes.
inspired.
Super inspired.
and you guys got
well,
so inspired, you're all going to the next one.
we
we
got
did.
so inspired.
Yep.
You guys bought an archery range.
Well, and that's when we were down
I'm going to
there.
stay here and run the shop. What are you gonna do?
Somebody has to do the work.
Yeah, somebody's got to.
When we were down
Somebody's got to get ready for elk hunting.
No doubt.
there, when we were down there, we decided that we enjoyed it so much that we wanted to bring some of that back here with us.
Yes. We want to
So
make it available to the local
Yeah.
community.
So we're in the process of signing up as an ASA club to where guys can come here, shoot. We're going to have some shoots periodically. We also,
Maybe even entertaining a qualifier, maybe.
yeah, absolutely. We currently have 13 targets. When we go down to Coleman, we're going to bring back 7 more to where we've got a full 20 target set up. And we're excited about it. We've
Yeah.
already cut all the lanes.
Cut lanes.
We've got 13 targets in.
That's right.
Yeah, seven-
We've
set up.
got
17 lane-
18 lanes
Okay,
cut.
18. Yeah.
I think 18.
Hard cut. Hard
Yeah.
earned.
It looks good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Dude.
I'm still picking stickers out of my skin
I
in
found a bunch
places.
of ticks on me. Small
Really?
ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say
you got into the little.
I got into the little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should tell you about that. I was like, what's that? I was like, oh, and there's another one. He has friends. I was like,
Yeah. Heads up, Lathan. Yeah,
because we were talking about like, wonder where all the ticks went.
It's like, oh, you found a
Oh.
tick on me all day.
They're on Josh.
So, I didn't have any,
No, I had them
or I
on.
just haven't found them yet. It's been-
They were little.
We
A
got-
couple I found were dried up. I was like, oh, you've already run your course. I was like,
That's hilarious.
But anyhow, we've
I
got
thought
the,
you were a mole. I was wrong.
small keeps getting bigger. Jeff.
might want to have that
Oh,
checked
man.
out. But we've
But
got
anyway,
the,
yeah, we
we've
hacked
got
through the brush.
We've got it hacked into the brush.
Oh,
We're looking at getting
and they are
20 lanes in.
And may I say that I'll be honest, I'm not just saying because this was blood, sweat, and tears and joy cutting these things in, because there was a lot of joy. I was like,
We had fun.
they're fun. And man, I'm telling you guys listening, you get a chance when we get this all together and you get to come out and shoot, you'll get to appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
It'll
There's
be tough.
some darkness in there.
Yeah.
And there's light there's light transitions, and there's some, we have the ability to push it out there and make them all a poke. And it's going to be a blast. Just walking down through there, I'm like, oh, that was tougher than what we shot at Metropolis.
almost
Got him.
every and got him.
Mr. Miyagi did.
Yeah.
Chopsticks.
Almost every.
Oh, guys.
Oh,
rein it in.
Yeah. Almost every target, excluding one or two, you will be able to get a 50 out of it if the pin set, if we want it to be there.
I went back and pushed that Panther back. Did you see that? Oh, yeah.
Take it easy, man.
I got pretty zealous.
Is that why I shot under him this morning?
I didn't move him. I didn't move him, but I trimmed him out. And
you moved him 6 yards onto the other person's property.
I dove back in there deep.
It will be tough.
It will be tough.
If you're going to shoot it
unknown.
If you're going to shoot it unknown,
open pro,
and if you're going to shoot it, if you're going to practice on it, out there at 40 plus,
it's going to be tough.
It'll be tough.
Yeah,
That's one thing we do need to still research a little bit. Setting the pins and doing it in a way to where a guy can come and shoot it known, or you can shoot it unknown. So,
and there is some people we need to reach out.
Yeah,
there was some officials. One of them is, I think she lives in McLeansboro.
Well, it's possible.
And I believe it's what it is. I met her on that last day when I went down there. And
the Millenbines,
she was like, hey, I'll come up and do whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, the Millenbines are pretty involved in,
it may be
in 3D archery. So
that's where she was from. I wish I could remember her first name.
Her husband is, or if it's the same person.
She was a blue shirt. She was an official down there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the guy that talked to you about the darts, that was his dad.
Okay, Bill was his name.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
well, then that might have been his.
And Donnie is the coach for Wren Lake for the archery team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
cool beings.
Yeah. So it's
a small world.
It is a small world.
Yeah.
After all.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So
all right. So that's our inspiration and ingenuity.
Well, and it's inspired to go down and shoot Coleman.
Yeah.
To go take it another step, because when we were leaving, I feel like we all did better on that second day.
Sure, we did. Massively better,
way better. Yeah. And they were like, "Hey, are you going to shoot Coleman?" I handed my card to one of the guys I'd shot with the day before, and he was like, "Good job. Yeah. You did very well.
Yeah.
Are you going to go shoot Coleman?" And I was like, I wrestled it a little bit, and I wanted to make sure I talked to my wife.
Yep.
And then I was like, you know what? I can do
What'd
this.
she say?
She, love you, Jesse. She was like, once she understood what I was wanting to do, she was 100% behind me and was like, okay.
Do you ever wonder if it's hard for a woman to love a hunter?
Oh, I know it is. When you guys had your podcast with your wife sitting here, I felt like my wife could have been over here and been like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I almost threw him out.
Sleep
outside with that deer hanging in your shed right now.
I'm talking for a guy that eats, sleeps, drinks, breathes it.
Yeah, because it's a passion.
I think it's a challenge for him. And that's why I think I'm so respectful of them because of that. It's like...
And the longer you're married, the more you mature,
Theoretically.
Well, I mean, emotionally, right?
Potentially.
You're supposed to anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's super supportive. And but I honestly felt like I did good enough that I was like, I can do this.
So what do you think next year will look like?
Next year? Well, it just depends. What I aspire to do, I would like to do the London shoot. I would like to do Metropolis, and I would like to do, depending on how Coleman goes, I like to do Coleman. Coleman's not that far.
So I've already talked to my wife, and I'm pretty sure we will do Foley.
The
Foley,
first shoot.
yeah, because Foley is right there on the beach.
I see. This is what I talked
Yeah.
to Jesse about. I was like, let's do some Airbnbs. I wanted my wife to shoot it with me. For you that don't
Yeah.
know, my wife is a phenomenal left-handed shooter. I mean, she is excellent, and I think she could definitely hold her own in some classes down there and do very well. But she doesn't. She's not there yet as far as wanting to compete. And I was like, well, just come with me. I was like, these shoots normally a few hours in the morning, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
true.
I was
Yeah.
like, let's Airbnb. I said, you can
You
come
could
with
turn
me.
it into
Yeah, you
an
could.
outing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
And that's why I think it'd be great for, something like
to
that.
get away with your
Yeah.
wife. You can go have a good
Yeah.
time.
Like,
Because did you
I
see a
could
lot of
easily
wives that were
see
down
us-
there with their husbands?
Sure.
Some of them sat on the lane
Yes,
Yeah.
they
because you
did.
can have a spectator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would bring their chair and
They
sit
were
behind
rubbing
them
them
as they
down,
shoot.
wiping their brows, squirting some water in their mouth.
You can do it.
Oh.
You can do it, baby. Come on. I know. I didn't hear.
We got to
that.
pay the
Nah,
mortgage,
I
honey.
didn't hear Oh,
You broke the bank with all this new gear.
Oh, man.
Well, that helps you go to Ingenuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I obviously my setup was under
was.
par.
You were.
It was, but you still shot
You
well
shot
with
very
it.
well.
Yeah.
You did.
And I don't know that it's the bow.
Yeah.
I think it's all the
The
stuff,
sight and
the sights.
Just a few little upgrades.
I done so much shooting out here. I shot a gob.
Like
I
probably
shot-
more than all of us combined.
Sure, I
Yeah.
bet probably so.
That's
close.
Yeah.
reasonable statement.
And
You shot a soft spot in the target, Lathan.
I
You
mean,
can't shoot that corner anymore.
Yeah. So, but that being said, I shot so much out there in full light, and I practiced guessing yardage
Mm-hmm.
to the best of my ability. I did it at home. Everywhere you're looking, you're guessing yardage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kristen's like, "What are you doing?" I'm stepping it across the yard, seeing if that was what I guessed.
Out there
it
with your
right.
head cocked,
You know
looking
what
at
I
that
mean?
stump.
But I think you can't. It answered one question. You can't stand in your yard
Mm-mm.
and build your gear
Where you're
or
familiar.
build your rig and go down there, because once I was in that dark woods
Different game.
it was definitely different.
and
Skeeters
man.
chewing on you. And
well, it wasn't that. It was I just couldn't
It was different.
see
the lighting.
and hold on things like I wanted to see and hold on them.
Yeah.
I
I
just-
think we settled pretty definitively that the average guy is not going to go down there and
No.
do well.
No.
Because honestly, even though I feel like, we shoot a lot. We shoot enough that I don't feel like we're average.
No.
No.
And because of
we're
that,
a rung above. Easy. I give
we
us that.
are. And because of that, I feel like us going down there, the average guy is not going to do it. Not
No.
Well, it
Now-
just takes
now
some
I
nerves
think-
anyway, just to walk out and be like, all right, here we are, to do what we did.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the average guy cannot go down there and compete with pros.
No.
Now the average guy can go down there and be very effective and be very good at shooting in the lower classes.
Which is what it's intended for.
It absolutely is, to train and to work your way up.
Up the system.
And if anybody's watching or listening, that's 100% what I would encourage them to do.
Yeah.
Don't go down there thinking, I'm going to dump the money, I'm going to shoot with the pros, because I will tell you right now, that will not pan out for you.
It won't be well.
Do as I say, not as I did.
Well, but listen, there's a reason why we did what we
Yes.
did.
Yeah, we
Like,
had, you
there's
had
a
to have
point.
the insight
There-
of it. You couldn't see what it was unless we did it.
There's a point to the madness. Like, and
Method.
The
Method
method
to
to
the
the
madness.
madness. That's
Because
right.
everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people probably wonder,
Oh,
I'm good. I shoot good.
do you know them guys are walking around there going, oh, them guys shot pro.
What I'm
like
saying is,
they're
what
like,
I'm
one day I'm
saying-
going to be, hopefully I can be a pro shooter.
anybody that is in archery very much at all, probably maybe every once in a while clicks on a YouTube video of the shoot down or something like that. And it's like,
These are professional
because
athletes.
archery is deceiving.
It
To
looks
to
easy.
watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an exciting thing to watch.
No, they announce it like golf.
Yeah. It's like watching. It would be like watching
I
golf.
don't
So
know.
you're
I think
watching.
PJ does a great job.
Well,
PJ does
yeah,
do. What
but
a fine
it-
guy too.
But you know what I'm
Fun
saying?
guy.
You're watching it and watching them guys walk out there on the shoot down, and because they air that,
Sure.
Mhm.
These
and
guys
they're-
are shooting
and they're
for
going
big money.
and they're going out there and they're pulling it back. They're looking at target, pulling it back, letting it go, and they're like 10, 12, 10, 12, and one guy's going for the 14 to try to dig out. He got the 14, and it, people are like, well, and on film the target don't
Right.
look that hard, it
Right.
don't look that far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you go out there. So a lot of guys are probably wondering to themselves, like we are, can I go out there and do that?
When there's $30,000 on the line.
And you find out there's way more to it than just being a good, because there's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
there's
There's a
hundreds
game.
and hundreds and hundreds of hunters that are great archers, but there's the setup has to change. Mine, before I would ever go again
Oh yeah.
and dump the money, I'm like, my setup has to change drastically. I have to be able to see better.
I've
Yeah,
already
I
made
got to
that
be able to
change.
see. Yeah. See, you're already back making those changes because you're going, I'm not going to the next one with you. But if I was going to the next one, my ingenuity would be like,
I have to change.
as I shot out there, I thought, is it that big of a deal? Because every once in a while I would shoot right before dark out here
Mm-hmm.
when we got that woods and the
Sure.
sun gets off in the west. And I
Get some
remember
shadow.
thinking, I think I even said to you, I was like, every once in a while I have a hard time seeing
Right.
my sight. When you get the lenses and the clarifiers and all that
Right.
stuff, it disappeared. It became a big deal in there.
You're
a
like,
common problem.
A
in
common.
there.
like,
It's
yeah,
like
I
every
think
other
it's in-
target. I was like, I pull back,
Mm,
set
so-
my pin, it was gone.
yeah, you're like,
So I
yeah,
could
it's
raise it up
in
and
the
find
center
it
there somewhere.
and try to, and you can't be doing that.
No.
You got to break that
No,
shot.
because then
Yeah.
you're just because your brain goes, well, I can't shoot a 12 because I don't really know where it's
Yeah.
at.
So you're
So
hoping
the
for
safe bet's
10.
at 10.
Well, and
Yeah.
the longer you're holding, your fatigue sets in.
Yeah.
You're spending a lot more time at full draw that you should have already been, let that thing go.
Yeah.
So, Josh, what did you end up getting?
What did I get?
Yeah.
Gear wise.
What's your setup on your
What
site?
did I
now?
change? So I shoot a Halon X comp. Matthews
Yeah.
Halon X comp is what I shoot.
But the site.
The site. So I had a CBE Trek Pro Micro 3V, which is super good, but it was the pin size was too small, and I was running the same stuff with Lathan. The pin was washing out. So what I did is I went to an Ultra View.
Okay.
I went to an
This
Ultra
is since you come back.
since I've come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly knew going into it I was going to lower my power on my scope, hoping I could get some of my pin back. But late in the game, we've already invested tons of money in this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what I got. This is where I'm going with. I'm shooting it really good. There towards the end, I'm in here every other day refletching arrows,
Right.
and putting new pin knocks on and stuff. And so anyway, I went to an Ultra View, and I have the UV3 XL is the site which I purchased at Ultra Products, your local Ultra View dealer.
That's right.
And so anyway, anybody has not seen Ultra View stuff, you need to come in. You need to check it out. It's awesome. They have this modular cartridge system where you can change the pins and the way it's all set up. And so they have a target site. And so what I did is when we were down there, we met Ricky and Mary Lou, and they are the owner of Clear Targets. And anybody that's seen any kind of lenses on the internet or anything, you'll see stuff that says Doc's Choice. Well, that's Ricky. And super fine people. We spent a good amount of time with them, and they have a custom lens operation is what they make. Basically, they supply everybody out there in the archery industry. They set the standard. They got stuff. They're cutting edge. And so anyway, what I had them do, they turned me on to their stuff, and I reached out to them, and they manufactured me a custom 8-power lens with my own custom reticle in it.
So you stuck with 8-power. That's
Yeah, I did. I stuck with because that's where I was at, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to change anything. It was working good. I shoot it well.
Yeah.
And now,
So since the lenses come in, have you shot much with it?
no, because I'm still waiting on the other piece of it. I guess I could put it on my lift and shoot it. I should have done that already. It just got here yesterday.
Yeah.
I've already nerded out big time. I nerded out. And so I put a sunshade on it and I changed my lighting. But anyway, so what it is, the difference between these, what you'll see is for pins, and you have different size fibers, the more light that's applied to them, they can starburst, or you can actually run into issues where you don't have enough light and then they disappear. And so with the way these lens systems works now, are the reticle is actually made into the lens, and they have their own special process. It's not a sticker or nothing like that. They actually manufacture it in there, and when you put some light on it, man, this stuff just pops.
So it's inlaid in the lens.
It's inlaid in the
he
lens.
said-
Oh wow!
He told us they
They
for
cut
lack
it
of
out.
better
They
terms,
mill it out.
grind
They
out
mill it out.
the lens. They lay that material like that luminescent.
Mhm.
He calls it as aurora.
Well, yeah. So I could have put luminescence, which would have made it glow in the dark, but he kind of talked me out of it. And this, I'm telling you, these people are phenomenal, man. And I asked a dozen questions, and they gave me a
dozen answers.
Yeah, 13 answers.
Oh.
And it was like
one up.
they helped me out phenomenal. And I'm telling you, man, their turnaround time was great. And
I mean, I'm pretty sure I want to hunt with one now.
oh
Yeah.
I wish I could show you a picture. You could put one on.
I think anyone who is like, man, my eyes aren't what they used to be.
This is the
and
way to go.
Because of it, that I am backing off on my hunting. I think we can fix that.
and
I really do.
And Ultra is now a dealer
Yep, that's right.
of clear targets.
So yeah, because I've heard it like 4 times. Guys are shooting crossbows and they say, "Well, I'd love to shoot my
Yeah,
vertical bow,
but my eyes just
but
can't
I
do
just
it.
And they can make
I just
any
can't."
reticle that you can possibly dream of. If you can draw it on paper, they can make it, and in different colors.
Yeah,
I mean, all kinds, man.
I think I want one
I love
Yeah.
mine. I'm not even
It does
shot
look-
at it.
It looks pretty sweet.
because
Oh, you should.
people
hold
don't realize what
It's
like fiber optics.
Yeah.
which is what virtually
Everything is.
site is.
back in the day they were painted. Remember, I used to paint them.
But every hunting site virtually is a fiber
is a fiber,
optic.
Sure.
fiber system.
And that's great until it's not.
yeah.
And people don't know what starburst and like I can think of like 2 or 3 people's like, well, when I pull it back, it's like my pin is
Your pin grows.
it turns into a little star. It's got
Yeah.
little wings on it and
you want the most
twinkle
precise,
twinkle little star, and I can't hold my pin
Yeah,
nowhere
you want
out there. Where
you
I
want a
should,
super
or-
precise aiming point to be extremely
I'm trying to make
accurate.
it rhyme
You
there at the
tried.
end. But
What you need is the smallest dot that you can see.
this material where he grinds that out and puts that in there,
They actually bake it in. I think they do. It's one with the lens.
you can still run a light and it just lights it,
It
up
just
where you can
pops
see
it,
it,
man.
and it don't.
It doesn't
don't
grow.
blow
It
up.
is what it is all the time.
Yeah.
The dot or the reticle, it does not grow. It does not shrink. It is what it is all the time. Which is going to be which would lend to you being more consistent with your
And
shot.
I told her we were talking to Miss Mary Lou.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I've always thought, I don't want to hunt with like an 8 power.
Oh, you can't do
I'd
it.
run a 2
You'll be like,
or a
oh.
3 or something. You know
It's
what
brown.
I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? But
Where
like
am
a
I?
2, yeah. I just shot the tree standing next to him that he's standing.
A 4-power you could
Yeah.
shoot though.
But
I hunted with 4s.
I would run like
I think
a 2,
even a 2.
Oh,
a 2
yeah.
or a 3. Me and Matt
You don't even
Gallo, who's
have
in
to
here
even
a while
have a
ago, we were
lens. You
looking
could
through a 2.
You could just put a you
And
could
a
just
2, you wouldn't have to have a
clarifier at all.
clarifier. And
And
you
his
could have
lenses-
him make that and put that stuff on there.
And his
I
lenses
think I
are
would like it.
this is top of the line. They're hydrophobic. They don't
That's
scratch.
what I was getting ready to say. I
They don't
told
fog.
I told Miss Mary Lou, I was like, I've always thought I'd like to hunt with like a 2 power. But I said, you bug out thinking about, well, if you get water on it or
Mhm.
it
It's real
fogs
humid.
up.
Yeah.
And when she poured that thing full of water and dumped it out, I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Sign
Impressive.
me up.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, well, maybe I'm
This
in.
is the way.
Yeah.
Because they have hydrophobic lenses
Yeah.
that, she put water in there, and when she turned that cup down,
There was not a drop left on.
in a millisecond, it was crystal clear.
Yeah.
No beads or nothing.
It's
on
good
it.
stuff. That was
And they don't fog.
no
She
fog.
said they won't
They don't
fog.
scratch. There's 9 layers in there. Crystal lenses. This guy was an optometrist, man. This was
That's what he was.
yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah.
He's an eye doctor.
And an archery enthusiast, and honestly, them two have changed the industry. They
Nice.
are.
Well-
they're super good people, man. I walked away from that going, this here is going to up my game.
It
change-
will
Change
It
my
will.
bars, change my weight setup, went a little longer, and it just
Here's what I would really like to see. I really hope we go down there and have a better showing.
That's
this
the
time.
I believe we
want to
will.
go down there and do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Like to break even.
Shoot even.
I
If
would.
you shoot
I
even
think
when you
that's-
get back, we'll have cake and stuff on the podcast.
You can have some cake and I can eat it too.
Here's
we
the
haven't
thing.
had cake
I
for a
think you're.
while on the
Yeah,
podcast.
No,
I
I
remember that.
I think
Since the
Josh
birthday
is
party.
underselling himself. I think
Well,
he
I
can
wanna
shoot
be
better
humble.
than even.
I think I can. On the day
It's okay.
two, I almost did.
Here's the deal. It's okay for you to be humble. Let us
Wow.
be your brag.
Okay.
Because honestly, I think that you can shoot better than even.
I do. I'll just say this. I do have a knack for judging yardage, and
Yeah.
that is a large portion of
Well,
that.
if you judge your
game.
yardage right, because that's what
It's the biggest part of that game. On
That's
It
what-
is.
that's what got me under even.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have shot even if I could just get my yardage right.
And I honestly think with you, specifically you were aware of what was going on, and you were just late to the table on making the
I was
change.
halfway through the shoot before I corrected my mistake.
But you did correct it.
I did, and then I never shot an 8
That's right.
after that.
And your shots and your score, you've seen a dozen 8s, but what people don't know, or what they don't know that tallied up that score, is that you were a half inch from a 12 on most
Yeah,
of those.
but
That's
You
how
know?
it works. I
You
mean,
know,
that's
but you
how
can
it is.
say that a lot.
But
And
still,
people's like, yeah, but you missed.
well,
but
I get
Yeah.
that, but that arrow is you were consistently.
I was 3
in-
to 4 yards
in the danger zone.
what would it be, light.
I think.
Like I was judging it for 45 yards, and it was
I think Michael Evans said
48.
that
Yeah,
A yard,
a yard,
an inch
an inch
is what he was
is.
saying.
He said that's about standard for the speed that most guys are running.
Yeah.
A yard an inch.
If you think of it like that, that's
That
how
would make
critical
sense.
that 1 inch circle really is.
Yeah.
You need to be within a yard.
tough,
And
man.
I finally got there to where I started shooting high and dropping in. I went on a run, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, man.
I mean, I went on a run.
There was a point where Josh looked at me and said, "I'm not going to talk to you much for the next few minutes."
well, because I would
And
start.
I'm going to get real quiet.
and I started playing this game
That's odd.
because I looked at myself and I was like, okay, I can shoot even, right? And this is what I want to walk away here with. If I can do even, then I will have to myself will have done something here.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. I came out 4 under. Some just circumstances. I made some bad shots, 2 bad shots, had a glance that threw me off, had a call that pushed me off.
Let me ask you guys this. Where we're staying at has a washer and dryer. Are we going to own the shirts?
Oh, for sure.
Wait, what?
The
You're gonna wear
shirts,
the
the old
shirts?
The
yellow.
yellow? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Absolutely not.
I am.
No.
You're
I
not
think-
wearing the shirt again?
I am.
No,
100%.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I think I am.
Oh, I am for
I
sure.
wouldn't go without wearing the shirt.
Dude, that's where we are, man. Team UP.
How come?
No. Done with the shirt.
Oh, not me.
I would not walk on that range
Without it
Yeah.
at least
this time.
this time.
And then we'll get
Yeah.
some new ones.
Yeah,
We'll
next
get
year
some new,
we'll
'cause we're gonna
roll
pick up some
again.
sponsors, and there's
Yeah.
some things that I'd
I'll
like
go
to.
shoot the Metropolis one next year, and I'll wear a hot pink one or something.
I'm good with that.
But I'm not going to travel. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I've got too many things.
I'm cutting
going
the
on,
sleeves
too
out of
many
mine.
Responsibilities. I don't think. I don't know if you can do that, can you?
No, you
No.
can't.
Oh, you have to have sleeves. Huh?
You gotta have
Yeah.
sleeves on.
Is there like how
You
long?
should get. We should find a shirt. You know what they
We're not
call it?
ruffians, Josh.
No,
Yeah.
we get the
There
shirt where
are
it looks like I
rules.
don't have no
Yeah,
sleeves.
The nude sleeves.
6-pack.
Oh man.
Doug, where's the yellow shirt?
Oh, you should. There's
Why won't you
time.
wear
There's
the yellow
time.
shirt?
There's time.
There's no explanation.
I just don't want to.
You
You should. Though. You should
All right.
support the cause.
Man,
I
I'm
can tell
going to
you
wear
this.
my yellow shirt in here
On the day we
weekend
go
you guys
shoot.
are down
Oh,
there.
that's awesome.
Do
I
you?
can-
Oh, I will. Yeah,
That'll be
That's
awesome.
sweet.
for sure. I'll
Do some
represent.
lives.
We'll do some lives and connect each other.
That'll
Big
be
Daddy
awesome.
B. People are like, Big Daddy B, huh? I was like,
That one lady
Yeah,
was
the one
cracking
lady,
me up.
yeah,
she's
she's like,
like, I want so bad to write Big Daddy
On
B
that
on that
board.
board.
I go, that would be awesome. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it would. It would be cool.
Oh man.
Big Daddy B
She's like, I've been
just
wanting to
made
write
the board.
Yeah, She
For
wrote.
people that don't understand the top 5 or 4.
Well,
or
the top 5 leaders.
Yeah.
At
But
the
now-
at the
now
moment.
at the
moment,
time-
it goes like
It
this.
fluctuates.
Well, and at the
Every
time
5
there
shots
can
they
be
update.
like there can be 6 people in the
Yes,
number 5
that are tied
spot.
together.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
So yeah.
Man,
Yours says Triple D.
Triple D, Big Daddy B.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that.
I think
guess
I'm going
next
to
year
order
I-
another one as a medium. Because
Yeah.
man, I'm losing weight.
You are.
Sure. Me
Dropping off,
too.
man.
I weighed
out.
205 yesterday.
Dude, you? I weighed 202.
Look at you guys. Look at them. A gun show right
Yeah.
there. Easy, boys.
Elk shape,
Your
baby.
shirts are ripping off.
Put those bad boys away.
Someone's
The
going to
old
get
elk
hurt.
shape.
Hey, did Dave get his elk tag?
I haven't heard from Dave.
I did
Yeah.
not draw a mule deer tag.
You did
unfortunately.
not?
I was so
Well,
I was so ready to be like, my wife would be like, they just debited $400 from our checking account. What's going on? I'd be like, oh, sweet.
About that.
Well, what you didn't know is I was laying in bed one night and I was going to tell you, but I was so tired I
I fell
forgot.
asleep after I hit the buy
The
now.
purchase button.
I really thought I was going to get it. I really thought I was, but I did not. And so
you know, you can still get it.
I can call.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Am I going to try that or did I just?
Yeah, I would try it.
Dude, if you
Team.
don't try it,
Come
that's
on,
like
man.
Doug not wearing the yellow shirt.
That's right.
Okay.
Are you on the team
You
or
have to
not?
help me with that.
Are you on
stuff.
the team? Yes.
I'm on the team.
You are.
I'm gonna have them bulls running down the mountains at you.
I know
guys.
it's gonna be
You're
awesome.
gonna have to like knock this one off and shoot.
Kill box. Don't shoot that one. There's a bigger one coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not that one. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I think we're gonna kill pretty quick. I really do.
Yeah.
He's
I'll
never
be a-
even done it before. I think we're going to kill pretty
No, but
quick.
I'm optimistic knowing that you guys have been. Lathan can call very well.
I'm going to be on the mountain saying, Jesus, take the bow.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Jesus carry the bull.
the majority.
No kidding.
One of the biggest.
or George.
I've never
My dad's
been.
still
Yes.
in. My dad's
Is he?
still in. We're
See?
taking horses.
But
That's
I've been
awesome.
around you guys enough, and you guys have both killed, and I'm educating myself on this, and one of the biggest parts is calling them. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It is.
We got that, man. I'm telling you.
If you can call him
Lathan
in,
can speak the language.
yeah,
Speak
he speaks elk.
Elkanese.
He speaks elk fluently. Speaks elk,
Uh,
and you guys have already been, so you understand the terrain, and so all you got to do is be like, here, we're gonna, and
I understand that the train will kick you in the
Josh,
face.
are you running yet?
I'm not running. I'm jogging.
Josh, you got to keep
I know.
up with this,
I'm
man.
trying.
You got to step
trying.
up your game.
I know because I don't want to let you down.
We're saying all this, and you know what's going to happen? We're going to camp there where we camped last year. Take 100-yard walk off the road, call a bull right into Josh.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, "What
What was all that about?
What was all that exercise
Yeah.
about?"
It's a wasted
It's like,
time.
I could see the gravel.
That could happen.
I've been
I think
hungry.
the Lord
I've
loves
been,
you that
I've been
much. He'll
hungry.
give
I've been
you a
hungry
bull
this whole time.
He'll give you a bull that we could see the gravel road. He's like, well, all right.
He does love me. He does love me, and I'm going with a great bunch of guys. And I
It's
expect
good.
big things, man. I really do.
That's
You
good.
know,
Got to expect.
and I'm a
big
guy who I
things.
knock and I ask.
I'm expecting
I
great things.
am. I drive down the road asking. I talk to the Lord all the time.
Sure.
I ask.
You better.
I do. I'm just like, I'm
Oh,
a dreamer. He's like, he loves it too. He does. He
Yeah.
loves it because he put that in me.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful. We're turning this into the elk podcast, and
Yeah.
that'll be one for the near future before we go, probably.
Here's the thing. I want to say a big thank you to the ASA
Oh, huge.
and a big thank you to everybody that we shot with. You guys were great. Ryan, Todd, we appreciate it. You were super polite to us, and
Josh
gave
down
it-
there, the president, man.
Yeah, Josh
Great
was fantastic.
Guy. Great guy.
The
Hook
all-
guys,
all
the
of you
guys I
guys.
shot with don't remember your names. Love you so much.
Michael Evans was
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
Dan
Very cool
McCarthy
guy.
pulled us
Dan
aside
McCarthy
was
great.
when he found
Yeah.
out what we was doing and gave us some
Yeah.
You
pointers.
guys are the guys in yellow.
Like we didn't approach him. He's like, "Hey guys,
Hey,
come
come
here."
here. Yeah.
Gave us a little secret.
He put
Gave
his
us a little tip.
sunglasses on before we approached.
yeah.
You know?
PJ was awesome.
Dude,
PJ Riley.
I went
Yeah.
down there on
Always.
Sunday and drove a truck down there and picked all those targets up. And then people were the most welcome. I mean, just had such a warm reception. They formed a single file line and sweated it out and loaded this tractor trailer.
What'd you
down.
say? Is like we ain't never done anything.
They're like, we
this.
ain't never done nothing like this before. They were Snapchatting and taking pictures, and it was super cool, man.
Yeah.
Shaking hands and rubbing elbows, and they were
you
like,
took your 18.
Did you kiss any babies?
"No, I didn't get to kiss any babies." Like, 'cause there's-
Man.
I'm too righteous to run for office. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
So we
That's
thank the ASA. We thank everybody that helped us.
Yeah.
Yep.
We look forward to in the days ahead having a course set up here for guys that are local to come shoot.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about shooting, we can put this out there. If you're thinking about shooting in an ASA tournament, whether it's novice to hunter to open, whatever you're going to shoot, we'll have a place set up where you can get, because I'm telling you, you need to see those targets.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be
You need to look at them. You need to judge them. You need to learn where the rings are on them and how to hold on them. So we'll have a place, hopefully, where we can promote that.
Practice
Real
makes
soon,
perfect.
Real soon, it'll be primo, boys.
Primo.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. It's been a good show. This is episode 28.
28, brought to you by Ultra Products.
You know what 28 means? That's 6 months. 6 months of up for discussion. So
that's awesome.
Yep. I'm excited about it. It just keeps getting better. So
better.
If you guys know of anybody who would be a great guest, please let us know. We're all the time looking for guests and all the time looking for people that are experts or have great knowledge or just a unique way of looking at things.
Yeah.
We've got some guys coming up in the upcoming weeks that we're really excited about. And because of that, I don't want to give away too much, but make sure you guys tune in. It's lots of good stuff in the upcoming weeks. And that's going to lead us right into deer season, getting closer.
Which is coming.
Yep.
Yeah, guys need to be thinking about that. If you guys get a chance, stop in the shop. We'll make sure that you're ready to go, that your bow's set up, and, that you guys are doing what you need to do. Lathan?
John says he's going to have to come check us out. Ryan says, God bless y'all.
Man. Much love.
Yeah.
I got love to give.
That's awesome.
You guys have a good one. This has been Up for Discussion. Peace
Bye-bye.
out.
See ya.
Bye.